everyone. Welcome to another episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show. We're back, and I'm just happy because I know that the camera in front of us is a better quality this week. We're back. We're back using full gear, sorry, maximum effort. Anyway.
Maximum effort.
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us this evening on a Thursday, stormy evening in Dallas, Texas, where we come from. But it's not flooding out, and nobody had to swim here, but we might be swimming out of here. Anyway, I am Jason the X. The guy over here is Intern Rick.
Intern Rick!
That's you know what? That's the old show, and every time you mention that, he mentioned about...
I'm kidding.
I'm just going to stop right there. Because you don't want me in the wrath...
You don't want the wrath of the... Anyway.
No. I'll show you the bat thing. The bat wang.
Oh, we're going to get to Bruce Wayne.
Because you cannot, because then we'll be demonetized.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So the bat wang.
Anyway.
We need that $3.
And the lady over there saying how much we really make, it's Kat.
Hi. I tell it like it is. It's kind of my thing.
Brutal truth.
Mm-hmm.
Over there, it is Cass.
So, does this guy have a name? I don't remember if he has a proper
It is a
name.
Gamorrean guard.
Right, but he doesn't. Okay.
No.
Anyways, his butt is fuzzy.
And
Wow.
why are you rubbing it like that?
His
First name is
fuzzy.
Janice.
Janice Gamora. His butt's fuzzy.
He's
wanted to point that out.
Gamora's brother.
Are you happy about that?
They're both owned by Disney.
There's a lot of happiness to be had.
I need two of them. Oh, there's so much happiness to be had today. I'm
Fuzzy
sorry.
butts.
Anyway, over here. But the person making everything run, make it look pretty, who yells at us before we go to broadcast because we are goofballs.
And after.
she is serious about her job.
Very.
Ladies and gentlemen, producer Cora.
Whoop whoop.
Sweet it in.
Sweet it in?
He
Hey,
found her trigger word.
hey, Sweet It In Day is coming up next week. Just FYI. It's a week-long celebration, 25th through the 29th.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Do you just
That's
sit
a
there
thing?
and cry?
It is a worldwide thing. No, we celebrate Sweet It In. There's fan art, there's fan art contest, fan fiction contest, cosplay contest, single and group.
Is it called We're Still Relevant Con?
No.
Ouch.
I love it.
No, but you do get one-of-a-kind merchandise if you win the contest.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
And it's also being celebrated by various other entities on the internet, either writing articles or playing playthroughs of it for the week. It's a lot of fun.
Did you say various entities?
Yes.
I'm assuming you're talking about people
Yes.
and corporations.
Sort of.
Okay,
No,
when you say
the
entity,
spirit world.
I think of if anyone's played Dead by Daylight, there's this like black spider thing that comes and like devours. That's what I picture.
The nurse comes and hangs out.
The nurse, yeah, that's what I picture is celebrating Suikoden. It's like, yeah, but it's just this giant spider.
I mean,
Her nurse with a hazmat mask.
yeah. At this point, yeah, we're just all
We'll
spider
take
people, I
anyone.
guess.
And over there also a keeping Cora company tonight. Our man Bryce. Everybody
Venom.
using my toys.
Venom and I are ready to go to Oktoberfest and sample some some special.
You can be in frame.
We are Venom.
See,
I gotta admit-
you can be in frame. Venom has to go away. Venom creeps me out.
The symbiote is looking scarier and scarier in that film. I
Yeah,
gotta say.
dude.
I'm
I
excited
love
for
it. I love the way his hood swallows his fate. It's so cool.
No, when it's half and half. When it's like half Venom, half Tom Hardy. I'm just like,
That's
oh.
creepy. I like it.
You're like,
I love when he's just like, we
Yeah.
can do whatever we want.
what does he say? Wow,
That's
mark
like
me
the best-
down.
Oh,
Mark
Mrs.
me
Oh,
down.
I'm sorry. I
Terrifying.
have a parasite.
Yeah, mark me down.
Yeah.
Mark me down as scared and horny.
Exactly.
Anyway, like we said,
On
thanks
that
for
note, thank you for joining us
You were
today.
thank you for joining us tonight. I had to get all the titles and stuff ready for Twitch here. So I'm working inside.
They
Anyway,
are very important.
so we do have some news for you this week. The big one is Captain Marvel's trailer dropped, and I gotta say, I see this in all Marvel movies because they do this right.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, hype.
How 90s is this gonna be? Boom, blockbuster.
Hold on, I can bring out the poster because I forgot.
It's a good poster.
Dun 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 dun.
It's a great poster. Look
Oh
at her.
no,
the
there it
thoughts on
is.
it.
Why are
She
you so
punches
tiny?
an old
We
woman.
want you big.
Anyway, and also history has been made because an eSports player has made the cover of ESPN magazine.
Ninja.
So,
Yeah.
to all the people that said, that's not a real sport, well, guess what? ESPN says it is.
And we're going to talk about that.
And it wasn't even on ESPN like the Ocho. This was real. This was,
ESPN 8, the
Hey, that was an
Ocho.
actual channel earlier this year.
I was about to
Was
say,
it
that's
really?
like BBC 5. It doesn't count for anything.
That's where the dodgeball championships are played. It's important.
That
But
was an actual thing for a little bit,
We
too.
do have some news for you guys, and we got to buzz through all of it because everybody's got a story. So let's kick it off with some super cool nerd news. And super cool nerd news kicks off with, well, I kicked that over. Well, we knew this news was coming. Disney acquired the rights to Fox's properties with Marvel, the Fantastic Four, and such like that. And everyone's been going, so when do we get our X-Men? When do we get our Fantastic Four? And it is confirmed, this is from Bob Iger himself. Kevin Feige will be heading the X-Men introduction into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And to that I say,
Hallelujah! Praise the Lord! We get the X-Men.
can I get a witness?
Holla!
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, when asked if Feige would oversee everything as Disney absorbed the X-Men, a franchise spanned from 2000 X-Men to the unreleased Dark Phoenix and New Mutants, he said, I think it only makes sense. I want to be careful here because of what's been communicated to the Fox folks, but I think they know. It only makes sense for Marvel to be supervised by one entity. There shouldn't be two Marvels. And I have been saying this for 10 years now.
Yes, Sony.
Iger did say, Kevin's got a lot of ideas. I'm not suggesting that Deadpool become an Avenger, but who knows?
Do it.
Just saying. So
I feel,
anyway,
I feel like he is suggesting.
oh, I'm thinking he is. I mean, there's plenty of Avenger teams in the comic books, so we still don't know the details, but I'm calling it. Because the Russo brothers did put out an image on their Instagram this week. Look hard on their image. We can see the two A's. Avengers Forum. I'm calling my swing right now. I'm Babe Ruth. Avengers Assemble is the name of the next film.
Mm-hmm.
I expect something mutant related in this film. Whether it be somebody just popping three claws or we see a new team being brought in, I'm calling my shot. We will see something in Avengers Assemble bringing the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What
You know what? You know-
What if Nightcrawler bamps everybody in?
Or what if we just see the
Oh, I would
Professor
die.
X wheels?
Okay, look, we can describe 30 different scenarios here, and all of them will make me go, ah! But we will see.
Sorry, what would they make you do?
They will make me go, ah!
Okay. Real quick, way too early question, just real quick. Will Hugh Jackman do Wolverine one more time for this?
No.
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 Okay.
I
That's it?
honestly, I think whatever Fox has done, I'm sorry. Let's just push it all to the wayside.
I wouldn't
Okay.
bring Hugh Jackman in to do one final thing. I like him as Wolverine.
I
and
do
if he
too.
was going to sign on to continue, then I would be down for that if I was Marvel. But I wouldn't bring him in to do an exit immediately. It's just
Especially after
confusing.
Logan.
As-
Logan's
That's true.
Logan is so
As cute as it
good.
was, as I thought during the MTV Awards when he and the actress who played X-23 got up on stage and did the ah,
Yeah.
I'm good. Logan told the story. It ended. That chapter is
It was
closed.
beautiful and it made me cry.
So now we have got an open book. Disney, wow me. Thank you.
They have so far for 10
But because
years.
Cora has a story that I want to hear. Cora, I want you to tell your story this
Oh.
week. That's right. I'm passing
Oh.
all y'all up. Cora, what you got?
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't affected.
We're not
There's
worthy
enough.
right
She
now.
wasn't ready.
I was
she
not.
Because X-Men.
All right, so as many of y'all know, I'm a huge fan of anime, and in
What?
particular, Yu Yu Hakusho. And I've been talking about it for a while that Yu Yu Hakusho is going to be having its big anniversary, and it's going to have some new Blu-rays coming out, and we finally learned today that we're going to get the 2 new episodes, the OVAs, on the final Blu-ray release. We don't have a release for America yet, but we do have the release for Japan, which is October 26th. 10 days before that event, though, they are going to be, 20 days before the event, on October 6th, they're going to be showing the episodes for a special viewing. Oh, I forgot to put it
Caught
in.
off guard.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. They have released a lot of screen grabs. This is the best one that I could pick because I wanted everybody in the shot, and this is the only one that has everybody. We're going to be following 2 different stories. One that's going to be called Two Shots, and one that's called Noruka Soruka, or It Is What It Is. One of them is going to focus on Hiei and Kurama and how they became friends and how they met, which is something that has been questioned for a while with the show because they start out just already knowing each other and being cool with each other. And then the other episode is going to focus on the final chapter of the manga. So it's going to be like a redo of that final chapter. I'm really excited for this. I can't wait for them to like put more, and we've gotten more Yu Yu Hakusho news because they've been doing the Jump Fiesta video, or not Jump Fiesta, but the new Shonen Jump video game coming out. They've been releasing videos. They released a Hunter x Hunter Yu Yu Hakusho clip, which was amazing. This 25th anniversary is just like filled with everything I could want, and I'm so happy. I'm going back to you now, Jason, because I'm about to explode. And because you come
I'm just wondering when you're going to provide a review of all this stuff, because your gushing is like, look at that joy. Look at that joy over there.
Do I have to bring the camera back over here?
Do you realize, like, when I'm driving, okay, look, I'll tell y'all something about Cora. When I'm driving with Cora, or we're like doing anything, somehow she brings in her love of Suikoden and Yu Yu Hakusho, and also Ace Attorney, into every conversation we have. So when they announced this, I knew, it's on. It's on. So get on that when it comes out.
I did review Yu Yu Hakusho, but I will be reviewing this when it comes out. Like, if I can find a pirate of this, I'm gonna do that because I will watch.
Hey, we don't have no pirates around.
I will buy the Blu-rays when they come out to, you know, support the company, but I will probably end up pirating it because I have no self-control when it comes to Yu Yu Hakusho, and I need this, like, come on.
On the people that are not thieves. Hey, Bryce.
Oh.
What have you brought
Are
us
you
this
sure?
week?
What do you really know about him?
Yeah,
He seems really shady. He's not even on camera.
yeah. Let's not worry about my past. Let's concentrate on just tonight's news story. I'm not evading any authorities whatsoever,
Probably.
Sneaky, sneaky.
or am I?
There you are.
Is this where I should be? Is this good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I put the picture.
yes.
Go ahead, go on.
All right. I'm just gonna lean into you.
Yeah.
So in 1999, a star was born.
Who was
When were you born? What year?
1989.
Okay. Well, another star was born besides Cora.
Wow.
In 1999, a young woman named Breck Bassinger was born in Saginaw, Texas,
Ooh.
and she is going to be our new Stargirl. 2 other actresses have portrayed Stargirl in on the CW, and now we're going to have Breck playing Stargirl on the DC Universe. So she's going to be in a 13-episode series that's been announced just today. She's 19. She's a former competitive cheerleader, which will come in handy because Stargirl is a trained gymnast and kickboxer.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Acrobatics
Nice.
and
Yes.
tumbling and stuff.
Yeah.
Fits right in.
Yeah. So Stargirl, aka Courtney Whitmore, was created by Jeff Johns, who is an illustrious
Yes.
writer for DC Comics, and he's
He's
been
okay.
responsible, for a lot of quality content. And Breck is most famously known for Nickelodeon's Bella and the Bulldogs, which I've heard
Totally.
is wonderful.
Every
Yeah.
episode.
Watched
Yes.
it its
All
entirety.
the movies. Yes.
I've watched a lot of it.
Haven't
And
we?
He's got all the shirts.
yes,
Yeah.
all the trading cards.
Yeah.
So we can look forward to Breck wielding a cosmic staff soon, and let's praise DC because I think this is going to be a fun show, and hopefully we get our Justice Society of America, which is going to be really exciting.
Sure. It's gonna be great.
We had them briefly.
You know,
Yes.
is it wrong that I'm happy when they get these actors young because we got them for life?
Yes.
Like Tom Holland, you will be Spider-Man until you're 40.
Yep.
Yes.
It's
Oh, poor
creepy.
Tom Holland.
It's a
Actually, no.
creepy way
Tom Holland's
put
going to be
that.
rolling in the
He's great.
Benjamins.
He's-
Yeah.
I mean, he's lovely. He's absolutely
He
lovely.
is.
He's scared of spiders.
That's adorable.
I just want to add one other thing about Breck.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
She has an older brother named Bryce,
Hey!
Are you this brother?
How much older?
Yeah, right. How much older? Yeah. So
You know, just
looking
a little
forward to
makeup, a little de-aging on the computer. You know, we can make
They
you
did it
look.
with
He doesn't
Samuel L.
look that
Jackson.
old.
Yeah.
de-aging.
No.
Just gotta have the right lighting, Ricardo. Come on.
You know when you apply the de-aging filter to video.
I'm really glad you.
We're gonna get to de-aging filters in this show.
I'm really, really glad, by the way, that you finished de-aging because I thought you were gonna just stop at D, and my brain went.
Oh no, apparently we don't need the D filters.
Look
Looking at you, Batman.
DC? No, we do. They recalled.
Oh yeah.
Well, since you wanted to do the cast, what have you got this week?
Alright, I'm actually not talking comic books, I'm talking gaming. And I have a question. Do you want to be perfect? Because you have the opportunity to be. There's an indie game coming out. It is called Perfection. And that's the question that this game asks. Do you want to be perfect? It is a indie game that is a personality quiz, and it's a horror game.
Ooh.
It tells you at the end how you handle the horror, what kind of a person you are.
Horrible one.
The game addresses you by name inside the game. It is downloadable for Windows. It has glitches. It has hallways morphing. It has monsters breathing in your ear if you had headphones. And at the end of the game, you get the choice. You get your personality quiz, and you get the choice to take another shot at being imperfect or remaining imperfect.
Take another shot at being perfect.
Yeah, becoming perfect.
There's a whole lot of nope, sounds
It's-
like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, the whole idea is you're trying to get to this room that will make you perfect.
As soon as I heard something
I
like
knew
breathing
you
in my
played
ear,
this
I'm like,
game.
I'm good.
This game sounds like a lot of fun, but also sounds like it could either boost you or sink you into like
Oh, it
deep
will
depression.
Destroy you for life. I'm so excited. I want to play this game so bad. Downloadable for Windows, made by Computer Game Arts with developer Yasmin Curran. I can't even. This game sounds amazing.
When's it come out?
I believe it's already
It's-
out.
I
It's
think
already
it's out.
already available to
And it's
download for
free.
Windows. Yeah,
Don't play this game by yourself.
I'm going to.
Okay, but like,
As soon as we can start streaming again. Thanks, Aver. Anyway.
it's Windows, so is the glitching part of the gaming experience?
Ooh.
Not preventable.
Burn!
Hey, bring the gloves up. Bring the gloves up.
The ref takes the point away.
All right, there, Rick. What you got?
I want to play it.
Oh,
we're
God.
gonna keep with the gaming, and let's play like it's 1994. Sony is coming out with its own mini console, the PlayStation Classic. It is 45% the size of the original console. It will come with 20 games, including Tekken 3, Final Fantasy 7, which has been
7.
done how many times?
Well, also they're coming out like. I'm just gonna interject real quick. How many consoles do we need Final Fantasy VII on at this point?
I only on one, and it's not that one.
So
It's not.
So, like I said, Tekken 3, Final Fantasy 7, Jumping Flash, Ridge 4, and Wild Arms. So there's still 16 other games that have not announced yet. It will come with 2 controllers, but they're not the DualShock, which those were not created for the PlayStation until 1997. The system comes with an HDMI cable, but does not come with a USB AC adapter. But the one needed can be easily found at Walmart for like $5.99 because I looked this up, or you're most likely already have it at home because a lot of things that we use at homes, like if you have the NES or the SNES classics, those are going to be like the same ones.
That's so
Still,
stupid,
though.
though.
The
Yeah.
system is currently on pre-order at most major stores like Best Buy, Walmart, Target, all that kind of stuff, and online like Amazon. It will be released on December 3rd, just in time for Christmas, and on the 24th anniversary of the original release in Japan.
Okay,
So, yeah.
but I have a really important question.
Yes.
This is a question of dire importance.
Would it come with Suikoden?
Yes, will it come with Suikoden?
Most likely not.
Why?
Actually, no. I mean, there stands a good chance Suikoden could make it to this
Sweet-
console.
Like,
Can
as a note, just real quick, with Suikoden, it is still one of the biggest games in Japan. Like, it's still a huge fandom. They just had a festival for it.
Maybe we should just move to Japan.
I mean, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
opposed.
I mean, like, who wouldn't in this room?
Everyone wants to move to Japan.
Honestly, I just wanted to have SmackDown or SmackDown 2. Like, just give me those wrestling games on this one.
I mean,
Those were
that's
fun.
Play
fine.
the latest SmackDown.
They're not as they're a lot complicated. It's just
Here's
Oh,
my
they're
thing,
dumb,
though.
but
And I'll admit, I'm not as excited for this system. It's
It's the game.
it's kind of a cash grab, but it's a sensible one. We've seen it with the NES
Oh.
and the SNES Classic. But also, hold up with this power thing. Seriously, this is not guac, okay? It's not extra to have power. So I don't understand how you can buy a system and literally out of the box you cannot play it.
By the way, real quick, the system will go for $99.99.
Really?
So yeah, it's
So
$100.
It's $100, and it's not going to come with the power adapter. No, thank you.
Let's see.
I think they're gonna change before
They
it
better.
comes out. I think they're going to.
They've got 2 months.
They would have been. They'd be surprised at the uproar of. I used to work selling computers. If you don't sell everything you need with it, people are mad. You get home and you want to play with it, and if you can't, or you have to find stuff or whatever, it just takes the joy away.
yeah.
And it should be noted, that little AC adapter sold separately is like a little asterisk, like down at the bottom under the paragraph.
No, it's actually in the top corner in big yellow letters.
Yeah, I think they're gonna change
Not,
it.
Depending
not on the one I saw.
Depending on which. Thing
Yeah.
you have,
I'm on the PlayStation website. They have the picture of the box and it has the
Who actually goes to the
thing.
real website to look at stuff?
straight from the source.
This was a description that was for it. It wasn't the actual box because the box art wasn't out yet. But the fact,
Because we never were just like, yes!
it's
one
still
from the-
irritating.
One from the
Yeah,
chat,
it is.
from the YouTube chat, Dat Click Dough, which is an awesome name, by the way. $100, nah, pass. Ooh, that's a consumer out there. Sony, you need to watch our show.
Well, it's not. But it
Well,
might
I'm
have
sorry.
been.
That's a potential consumer that is saying no right now. $100 with no power.
I don't know. Original PlayStation games are not nostalgia-inducing for me, and I don't know if I'm alone in that. But like
You're not.
NES, SNES,
There
sure.
are a couple of classics that I will like to see. One of my friends, Captain Redbeard, he said if Metal Gear Solid is not on this, that's going to be a travesty.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. For
That's
sure.
something that would make me want to buy. Core's already expressed Suikoden right there, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricardo's expressed SmackDown.
If it comes to Suikoden, would you consider buying it?
Oh.
I would consider it if it came with 1 and 2. Only because if it only comes with 1, I can easily find a copy of 1 for $60, which is $30 less, and that would be the main reason I would get the console anyway. Because I don't care about those other games. I still have my copy of Final Fantasy VII, and I wasn't interested in those other games.
So it would have to be both of them.
It would have to be Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2, mostly because Suikoden 2 goes for $120 out of the
I
package.
honestly think with them
Oh,
announcing
yeah.
so few games, they're feeling the room.
Yeah.
And I think part of it
possible.
is if this thing you can connect online, they can easily put more games later on. Like, so here's 20 games.
Now that would be a
No, no.
price if
No.
that is a thing.
If that's the thing, if it's able to connect online,
Yeah.
then they say, hey, later on, like here's the first 20 games, and then, oh, guess what? Here's another 20 games. Oh, here's another, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I
Which,
mean-
that would be the smart play, I think, but at the same time, people aren't going to be buying it at the beginning if they don't have good games on there. And then if you don't have it, then you're like, eh.
And like Jason said, they may be filling the waters, and they're probably going to wait and release their big name games closer to the release date. Because it, like with the NES Classic and with the SCNS Classic, Nintendo knew it didn't matter. People were going to buy it because they
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
you're right.
but what were the first games on those lists? Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3. Like they
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. Like they announced the big games that they knew people were going to be like, yes.
And then
Well-
they announced some of the more like specific fandoms.
And that's
Right.
the other thing. I think that there are a lot of people who are PlayStation enthusiasts. Like I have a PlayStation. It's my console of choice, but I feel like it's much harder to pin down the games that people were
Yeah.
obsessed with that led to them becoming PlayStation enthusiasts. In some ways, Nintendo had it really easy because you think Nintendo, you think Super Nintendo, and it's synonymous with certain franchises like
That's true.
Mario and whatever. I think that's harder to do for PlayStation. My intro into PlayStation was God of War, and those were in this PlayStation 2.
Honestly, I think and this is a big if, because we know Nintendo redid the rights for this, but if they come up
I'm waiting.
with a mini 64,
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna blow this out of the water.
Please give us F-Zero X.
Please
Now,
give us
and-
F-Zero
and-
X,
Mischief
Ocarina,
Makers.
And what?
Mischief Makers.
Yes.
Yes.
And I did
Arena.
download the Nintendo Direct Nintendo Online system this week.
Yeah.
I mean their online. It's a 7-day trial period, but honestly, I'm paying for the whole year. Already, I played the crap out of Super Mario Bros. 3, but I've got Excite Bike, so I hate to steal a line from South Park, but Nintendo did it, so y'all got to catch up with your game.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo is damn sure bringing all of their titles to the Switch, and y'all got to play catch up. Y'all got 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
Bring some heavy hitters.
Super Nintendo, since I know you guys are watching, please give me Uniracer. On the SNES, it was my favorite game. I
It's
loved
amazing.
it.
It's an amazing game.
Uniracer.
And here's the thing, though.
Find it, dust it off, and release it.
It's so great.
And it's like the SCNS and the SCNS, the
Yeah.
SNES
Ooh.
and the NES both were $80. 80 something would change with tax and all that.
From
So-
the chat, that click could buy the Atari Flashback for $79. That's got more games.
Nice.
Ooh, and a lot of people, I'm seeing from the chat, another person.
Too much money for nostalgia.
Yeah, ABP SRP 2000. Too much money for nostalgia. So,
Is that you,
ooh,
Brian?
Sony, y'all going into a disadvantage here. But
Well, one thing to keep in mind, just real quick, with games with like the SNES and the Atari, those games don't take up as much data to port,
That is true.
so they can put a lot more games on that. With PlayStation, there's a lot more stuff to those.
So
More
it takes
data
like
there.
3
Yeah.
floppy disks to hold all of that.
But
when you had to change discs for games,
Final Fantasy IX
Hi,
came
Aaron.
with 4 discs.
yeah, Final
Like
Fantasy.
the Titanic of games.
It
just
was.
Yeah,
like
Final
out
Fantasy
of
VII
the
alone
box,
is
or-
4 discs for some reason, but
They had to get all those facial features they don't have.
all those cutscenes. But
Honestly, just
Since
give me this Sega. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
since it's going to take so much more data to port those games, and depending on what other games they have in store for it, what those other games are going to be that they haven't released, they may need all that space. So depending on what they're using to port over that information, I'll give them that, but I'm going to say this now, I don't want to see another Final Fantasy title, only because
What?
Nintendo already has a bunch of the classic ones. Unless they're going to pick like 8 or something that Nintendo hasn't already brought over.
Yes.
Because some people are gonna be like, well, why should I buy that for Final Fantasy VII? I'm gonna get it on the Switch.
Agreed.
Why
Give
should
us
I-
Final Fantasy 8, please.
Except eliminate the draw system.
Yeah.
Port over Final Fantasy VIII. Port over any like Secret of Mana. Wasn't Golden Sun for PlayStation?
which one?
Golden Sun?
No idea.
I can't remember. I know it's one that Jeremy has talked about a lot, and that I looked into that game.
Mutual friend Jeremy.
It looks like a really interesting game. And Secret of Mana and Legend of Mana, those games look really good too, and those are really heavy games with graphics and music.
Yeah.
One of those. Okay, I've said my piece.
All right.
Just give me a mini Sega Dreamcast. Just give me that. I'll be happy.
All right. Now we're going too far. All right, Kat, kill the news segment.
In Marvel Cinematic Universe news, there are still creeps in the world. As many of you know, Captain Marvel's first trailer came out this week, and a lot of complaints from jerks instantly started showing up that she looked stiff and wooden, and most importantly, that she was not smiling, leading to users creepily photoshopping smiles on her faces, until Hero at Dave Chensky stepped in and started photoshopping smiles onto the men's faces as well in the history of... She's the only one, guys. She's the only one that they've been like, why isn't she smiling? Why isn't she smiling? And my suggestion is, if you want to see a Captain Marvel smile, maybe you just say, thank you so much for helping us. We're not even worthy to have you here. Can I, a lowly commoner, do anything to assist you? You might get a smile then. So stop asking for a smile. She's a soldier. She's doing a thing.
That's kind of my point.
Yeah.
Just
So mad.
really. Anyway, Why y'all gotta ruin this for me? I was so happy about Captain Marvel. Why do people have to ruin things for me?
They didn't.
Because
She's
we can't
amazing.
have
She's
nice
perfect.
things.
She's not smiling.
Go up to SEAL Team 7 and tell them to smile. Go ahead. You catch a rifle butt to the face. How about you smile without them teeth, mother? Anyway, I'm sorry.
So far, everyone that I've talked to has been annoyed.
Well.
Are you kidding me?
Is this the thing we're
So
worried
who
about?
are the creeps that are out
She-
there like
she
needs
punched
to
an old lady.
smile. She doesn't look very approachable. She's not approachable to you. Don't approach
You
her.
approach her, she punches you in the face.
I
That's
mean,
how it works.
is this really the thing we're worried about in the Captain Marvel trailer?
She looks
really?
so cool.
I'm just worried. I'm just hope the Blockbuster store is okay. That's all I'm worried about.
It's
Like,
not.
I'm just
Spoiler
gonna keep
alert,
smiling.
It's all dead.
Our buddy Aaron in the chat, who's 80 PSRP. That's Aaron. So anyway,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh.
Skrulls!
Yes, the old lady's a
The game
scroll.
has changed. Skrulls were apparently here in the 90s. Everything is blown up. Everything we know is a lie. Anybody, don't trust anybody. Anybody can be a Skrull. That's what I was most excited about. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm so happy we're finally getting Skrulls because this is going to directly affect any lore that Marvel has put out.
Oh yeah.
Um.
Could any of the current Avengers be a scroll?
Captain America.
Also, getting into the de-aging that Dak Clickto mentioned. Holy crap! Why is Samuel Jackson 30 again?
I think they did a really good job.
When Coulson takes off the glasses, I went, "Who's that?" Oh.
Wait, that was Coulson?
Yeah, that's supposed to be Coulson.
What?
Yes, exactly.
I
This-
love Clark Gregg, but he never looked like that.
Yeah, I'm like, whose hairline is that? Where did you get it from?
Yeah. That boy was bald in 1994. Like,
Yeah.
I like the direction it looks like they're going in. It looks like she's not going to have any of her memories before she became a Kree soldier. So
yeah,
Interesting.
interesting take
Yeah.
on it. I am just happy with that, honestly.
absolutely.
It's going to give her a little bit more depth. And I keep going back to it, but I laughed my ass off and rewound it so many times watching her punch this old lady on the train.
Love it.
You said
It's like, okay, I get it. That old lady's a Skrull. Clearly, that old woman is a Skrull.
I mean, you said it earlier. You know, it would have been funnier if that old lady was Betty White.
You know who is smiling? That old lady, right before she gets punched in the face.
Yep, there you go.
That's what happens when you smile, people.
So
You get punched.
Are we anti-smiles? That was a
I
really
think
quick
we're
transition.
anti-smiles now.
the thing that's exciting me the most, it seems like her.
Popular.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry.
Bryce
Go
had
ahead.
something to say.
No, I was just.
No, everyone be quiet.
No.
Go ahead, Bryce.
No, please talk over me.
Go
I
ahead,
was just
Bryce.
gonna say, how do we know Aunt May isn't a scroll?
You hush your mouth.
Do not talk about
How dare
Marissa
you?
Tomei about like that.
She can be anything.
Conspiracy theory.
Give
Uncle
me
Ben
your
was a scroll.
hand.
Uncle Ben wants to scroll.
We should be
Which
laughing
version?
on his grave.
Which
Or
version?
taking selfies.
Hey, I did that. I did that in the Spider-Man game. I took a
That's
selfie
awful.
on Uncle
Yeah, because
Ben's
he's a
grave.
photographer.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
No, he's not. That's
the
not
thing
them.
that has me most excited about Captain Marvel is it looks like her power level. Ooh, like
Already high.
just from the opening scene where we see she is on a ship that gets destroyed
Yeah.
and crashes through that block. So she has made re-entry.
And she's fine.
Yeah.
That's some Thor crap right there.
Super extra. I'm so down
And
for it.
she's, I love how the energy effects go when she's on the train and she blasts something.
Yeah.
But just the way the energy is flowing around her, that whole intro, I love her hero as it expands out. That right there, I was like, yes, y'all did it. Y'all did it. This
Did
is,
it all the way. You went all the way there.
yes.
So pumped.
So, yeah, Marvel, once again,
Knocks it out of the park
with a trailer. Exactly.
A trailer and a poster.
The
Yes.
poster looks
Yeah.
good too.
You know
Oh.
what's funny is
Oh, they've
when,
done that twice this week.
when Wonder Woman, when the
Oh, yeah.
trailers were coming out, I would have been so excited, but it was DC. DC had just kind of disappointed me a lot recently, so I wouldn't let myself get as hyped for it. But Marvel's been kind of hitting it out of the park a lot, so
Okay,
I am
okay.
allowing myself to feel that level of excitement, not expecting a giant letdown.
Oh, we were talking about this as well, because like people don't smile when they're fighting, right?
No.
Except for
Unless you're
Except
trying
for
to piss
Wonder
people off.
Woman. Wonder Woman does, because she loves fighting. She loves
Watch
killing
for
people.
it. She gets knocked down, like in BVS. She gets
Like,
knocked
throws her hair
down. She's
back.
like,
Yes.
finally, a
It's
real
like,
challenge.
oh, yeah.
So cool.
The other thing I'm excited about, if you've watched a lot of Samuel Jackson movies, and I have, think about all the roles
No,
he's
who's that?
played. Shut up. Think about all the roles he's played where he's been like a duo on screen with somebody, and the dialogue we get from him when he's interacting with somebody, whether it be Pulp Fiction.
It's a great movie.
What was the one he did with Gina Davis? The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yes.
Think about some of the dialogue we got from those movies, and I'm
He has
excited.
a really interesting flow in
Yeah.
the way that his dialogue with each. He seems to constantly like catch them a little off guard.
I'm
and
one.
really
I am
organic.
so ready for the dialogue when they're driving in the car. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get car dialogue between Brie Larson and Samuel Jackson.
I was reading.
So excited.
I was reading a little bit, like Samuel L. Jackson was reading through the script. It was like, oh, Nick Fury wouldn't do that. But then he's like, oh, wait a minute. This is 90s Nick before all this shit happened.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be a very different Nick Fury than from the one that we know. So we need to, when we go into the movie, it's like, Nick Fury wouldn't do that. Like, no. This Nick Fury would because he doesn't know yet. He's not quite
Yeah.
that smart.
I love the line about in the movie where he said, I was about to hang it up before you came along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we are going to see a change in his personality. So, ooh, anyway.
Okay, so now,
Nick Fury has always been like this close to done until
Yeah.
something happened.
But I like-
in
I think, like-
this constant state of about to leave.
Yeah.
Like, and that's
And I
kind of
like
funny.
And I like the idea of her being the one that makes him kind of believe in superheroes again.
I mean,
Yeah.
clearly he gave her, she gave him a pager number.
okay, so again, this is the way too early question. Now that we have the trailer, will this outperform Black Panther in the box office?
You know, you really can't tell anymore with these movies.
I think
All
it
you
will
ca-
be up near it.
Near it.
All you
okay.
can tell is they are going to make some money.
It makes so much money. I'm gonna go see it.
Which is
I mean,
good.
over.
Finally, Disney will have some money behind it.
Bryce,
Yeah, because they were
Bryce thinks
struggling so
over.
much before.
Bryce
Right,
thinks
over.
You think
Okay,
so?
we got
Really?
do.
We got an over.
You
I
think
do,
there
I
are
go
more
over.
women than. Wait. That's true. Never mind.
This is
every time
there's gonna be
I
a lot
Type
of
of
lot
people
of
that see
fathers
Black
and a lot of
Panther.
mothers who are going to bring their daughters to this movie.
Well, I was
Oh,
thinking people
that's
that
Okay.
And this
true.
movie is going to be big. And I, for one, want to take my daughter. But aside from that, I just want to say I've been waiting 40 years for the Skrulls since I saw it by Jack Kirby.
But you're 27.
True. But I use a time portal and
He's friends with the cable.
I rent a DeLorean when I can afford one.
Oh yeah. That's
And,
expensive.
and I want to say one other thing. You know who else fights with a smile?
Batman?
I do.
Oh.
I fight high
Okay. I
prices
was
with a
like,
smile
that
because
doesn't
when something goes on sale, like my chicken tenders, I'll buy 60 pounds of it. I
was
fight
gonna
high
say,
prices
what?
with a smile because I will buy it in bulk.
You need a new job as a used
Somebody
car
in the
salesman.
chat is like asking
A
how.
used car salesman, those people aren't trustworthy. I am.
Come on down to Bryce's
Aaron is asking how old
quality
you are in the chat,
vehicles.
by the way. Our buddy
I'm
Aaron Prop.
17 plus something.
There you go.
He's
Plus 10. You're 20.
Yes.
But Bryce does bring up a point. Look, how many times has Marvel been told that what they're going to do is going to fail? Oh, Iron Man isn't a mainline character. That movie's going to fail. You can't make a movie about a tree and a raccoon.
Yeah.
That movie's going to fail. And you can't build up a history over 5 to 6 movies and then tell a big tale. You can't have a female lead. And guess what? Well, actually, Wonder Woman proved that one wrong. But we're about to do it
Kept
again.
Listening for the female lead to that one though for like 10 years.
Exactly. And we saw, and boy, that got shut down real quick with that little movie right there. So
Yep.
Thank you,
Um,
Patty Jenkins.
I am
Patty
excited
Jenkins.
because Bryce does raise a point. I have a daughter, and every movie I take her to, she comes out of the movie. I'm Captain America. I'm Spider-Man. I'm the Black Panther. She's watched Black Panther, I swear, 30 times on Netflix. Thank you, Netflix, for putting Black Panther on there.
Yes.
And I'm tired of getting pounced on, by the way.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So now I get a kid that's going to come out, and
I'm
she
Captain
is going to get that hero.
Yeah.
Not just see a hero that she can be, but sees a bit of her hero, sees a bit of herself in the hero.
Okay, so get ready, men out there, just so you're aware, if you take your girlfriends, your daughters, whatever, when they start crying during the fight scenes, it's
like Wonder
okay.
Woman.
You know what?
It's just they're overwhelmed by finally getting a realization of seeing themselves in a powerful woman hero. So it will happen, and it's okay.
It happened with Wonder Woman.
It happened with Wonder
I
Woman.
can't speak officially for Alamo Drafthouse, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did a woman-only screening again for Captain Marvel.
After all the
Why not?
drama?
Huh? No, I'm saying
So?
no. I'm saying we should do it. That's what I meant to say. So I can see us doing it again. That's what I meant to say. Because that was awesome.
Also, along with the trailer, the poster, and all that stuff, we did get this is interesting to me.
He was screaming in the chat about this.
Marvel Legends 6-inch figures of the movie cast. We were getting a young Nick Fury, a Brie Larson figure with a helmeted head, a Kree soldier, and one of the Skrulls as well. There's going to be 2 more they have not announced yet, but
Probably
you get
Captain
the best.
Marvel.
I love. Okay, I'll say one thing. I do miss the sash on the costume. I miss the sash. I don't know why I like the sash, but
Old
I don't.
school.
Otherwise, I like the costume. So I'm sold on this movie. It's Marvel. It's going to be another hit out of the box. I love how they're putting the 10 in the studio's logo now.
Yeah.
10 years. We have 10 years of history in movie building now. And along with that first story I ran, we're about to get another chapter to this story.
Ooh, I'm getting all goosebumps.
I know, right? It just
Imagine in 10 years from now, we're going to have Fantastic Four, X-Men, probably Deadpool. Hopefully, Sony sells to
Deadpool is an
Marvel.
Avenger.
Can we not though?
Let's make
Just-
Ryan Reynolds
Fantastic
happy.
Four, Can we just?
We'll
leave it
just
alone?
put the
No,
Incredibles.
no.
Can I have a Hawkeye standalone film, please?
You might get a
Um,
series.
Actually, on that, with the new Netflix series that were announced, we are getting
Disney.
I'm sorry,
Disney
not Netflix.
streaming.
I'm sorry, DC streaming service.
The Disney streaming.
We're
yeah.
getting
Loki
Scarlet
and-
Witch.
and
Loki.
Loki for
Yeah.
sure, and other like second tier characters like Black Widow, Hawkeye.
Second tier.
Well, that's how they described it in the
Rude.
article.
If they do that with a lot of characters, I'm sorry, you've got my money.
Do
And
we-
that's
do we know
6
who's
to
playing them though.
the Hiddleston and
So we're getting like OG.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's gonna be 6 to 8 episodes, so it's not gonna be like a big thing, but it's a mini series.
Still,
So
Yeah.
I mean, if-
I got I got 2 texts. One of them that said a Hawkeye standalone would suck from one of my
Who?
brothers.
There she goes.
Shout out. And another one that said the directing is everything. If the direction for Captain Marvel doesn't really hone into some of that energy, that nobody would be crying. I think Marvel can do it, but it really is that her particular touch brought that movie and those fight scenes a long way.
Yeah. Who directed it?
No, in Wonder Woman.
Oh
Oh yeah.
who's directing Captain Marvel?
Captain
I don't know.
Marvel?
Gotta find it.
Give me
Work
1
harder?
second.
Thanks.
Yep.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was going to say if they wanted to do a longer series, Hawkeye did run the West Coast Avengers. And he also was the leader of the Avengers at one point. I'm just going to point that out there for you guys.
Yeah,
Can I just say the New Mutants?
I want to see a
It
sitcom
looks
with
good.
Hawkeye and his farm family.
I
Hold
just
up.
want to
I'm
know
calling
what.
Cor- I'm
Shenanigans.
calling Core out here. Wait a minute. Why would you even bring? You want the Matt Fraction series?
I really do!
There we go. See, there it is.
The Matt Fraction series is so good because it shows just what a human disaster Hawkeye is, and I love it. But unfortunately, that doesn't fit with the universe that they've created in the movies because Hawkeye has a family in the movie, and he doesn't.
You don't
In
have
Fraction.
one anymore.
Can
That's
I?
true.
It only
maybe
has
they all
half family.
disappeared.
Oh,
Can I segue real quick into talking about human disasters?
Yes.
Speaking of Marvel and human disasters, anyone see that Daredevil trailer?
what? What's wrong with the Daredevil trailer?
He's so
He's
broken.
so sad.
This
He's
is a
just like,
storyline in
am
Daredevil
only the
comics.
devil now.
This
Like,
is-
it's
this-
so, no,
this-
I get it, but like human disaster.
Okay, and right now that has me super excited.
I'm
This
hyped.
this is the darkest Daredevil series that was in
Holler
the
at ya.
comics.
So
like,
excited.
ooh, it is not. There will be no happiness. There's not going to be anything happy in this series. Just his dialogue, honestly.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, 2 things. One, Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck both directed this film. And then if we're gonna do a Hawkeye series, just give me Hawkeye and Black Widow and Budapest, because I still want to know what happened, because they mentioned it in Avengers.
Same.
It was an off the cuff line. it doesn't actually have that much of a
That doesn't
meaning.
mean they can't make
I mean,
it.
no, they could.
That's a Hawkeye I want.
Come on, let's do a throwback. here.
Can I have a Hawkeye that doesn't involve Black Widow completely?
Probably not.
Mostly because Hawkeye is an interesting character on his own, and he doesn't need another character.
No,
But I also don't want any more Scarlett Johansson. I don't really like her. So.
I love
They
Scarlett
could do
Johansson.
like a Daredevil thing where she comes in like a little bit somehow.
Yeah, like I want an when I say
I'd
I
be down.
want a movie, I want an origin story because his origin is interesting, at least for me.
I want him
So
sucking
I
at
want
shooting
it-
arrows.
Well, he had to learn.
And just like a movie that's just like an hour and a half montage of him getting better at shooting arrows. I won't watch it, but I think it'd be funny.
He and his brother were
Circus performers.
yeah, they were circus performers, and he was the Incredible Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I
I
want
do.
the shield lady.
I was about to say that's just Dick
Well, no,
Grayson.
like
Yeah.
I mean, there's more to his backstory, and of course they
Well,
had to
he's
learn,
not
and there was a
jerk,
lot
so.
of stuff with that. And
Well-
then of course, like Black Widow is still integral to his backstory. I don't want her gone forever, but I don't want it to just focus on them because I feel like that's where it's going to go, and I don't want it to just be the main focus of that.
Yeah.
When that's part of it, but it's not all of who he is.
Well, in closing about Captain Marvel, I have one last thing to add, and I appreciate this, Marvel. They released the trailer on National Cheeseburger Day, and Carol's call sign when she was in the Air Force was cheeseburger. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That is great.
So anyway, our next bit of news, we had some history-making news this week.
Yes.
Exciting.
We have history in the making. ESPN is doing its first ever cover story about a gamer. It is Ninja, aka real name Tyler Blevins, 27 years old, plays a lot of Fortnite, 10 million-ish followers on Twitch, and they're doing an in-depth profile on him as a cover story, which kind of made me start thinking about and asking the question, how do we feel about esports and sports? Are they sports? Does it matter? Is it a good idea for these like markets to mix? And it's just kind of an open question. What do we think?
Go ahead, Rick. Go ahead.
I'm very, very torn about this because it's like they're really good at gaming, and I mean, there's people that are good at running, they're good at catching a ball, they're good at all these other things, and they get paid ridiculous amounts of money. Like, and Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, just got like some $40 million for the next like 4 years, something like that. So it's like $10 million a year. And this guy's really good at throwing a football down the field. And this ninja guy is apparently really good at Fortnite, and he's getting.
You sound like my dad. Apparently
Yeah.
he's good at this
He's good
video
at-
game.
You
he's
sound
good.
like everyone.
So I'm kind of like, you know what, like
every reporter.
I'm like, I get calling it an e-sport because it's, I guess, okay, I'm going to be that guy right now. Like, I looked up the definition of sport because I was like, what is the actual definition of sport? It's activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team compete against another or other forms or others for entertainment. Now, Fortnite is entertainment. Physical exertion, the thumbs, I guess, yes. I don't know. I'm very torn about it.
Thumbs.
He's on a computer.
He's on computer. Okay, cool. That's a little bit different then. I guess. I don't know. I'm very torn about it. Like, good for him. Like, great. You know, he found something he's really good at, and he made it work where he's doesn't have to really work for the rest of his life. I guess, because I mean, what is it? $100 million a year? You said 10 million.
That's
What is-
subscribers.
Okay, subscribers, and you're getting paid for all this, like for advertisers and
Yeah.
what is it all like logos and your own copyright and all this other stuff. I don't know. I'm torn about it. Good for him though. I'm very proud of him because he was able to break. Because a lot of people are like, oh, gaming's never gonna. You can't make a living off gaming, and this guy is. A lot of people are. So I don't know. I'm torn. I'm very. I don't know.
Are you sure you're torn?
Yes, because I see both sides of it. Like I want to be mad about it, but I can't be mad about it because it makes sense.
To me, it's like, it's kind of a weird thing. Like, for the people who consider billiards, poker, and darts sports, you have absolutely nothing to complain about here.
Yes.
Yeah.
My opinion, this man is making a living doing something that he loves to do. I appreciate that. I can respect that. There is an amount of skill that comes with being a gamer. You can game for fun, but he games professionally. And whether or not people are saying, oh, is esports really a sport? It is a sport. We're building arenas to it. We're televising it. There are people participating in it. There are people watching it. Therefore, it is a real thing. So, all these people are like, it's not a real sport. Go cry somewhere else.
My thing has always been, I don't care if it's a sport or if it's not a sport. I'm not a huge sports fan, so I don't care. If you want to say it's not a sport, but it should be respected in its own thing, then sure, that's fine with me. I do get really irritated with the, like when reporters interview gamers, you hear this. So you get paid thousands of dollars every week to play video games?
That's insane. That's
They have
crazy.
They have that
this
condescending
guy.
tone to it.
We
Yeah.
have on our show people who get paid a living
Yeah.
to play a video game.
What is this?
What is this? Like, that irritates me. As far as like it being sports, who cares? But I'm interested in seeing how it mixes with traditional sports. Like, do we think that it going live on ESPN, for example, with the Overwatch World Cup stuff? No, it was Overwatch.
Finals.
Yeah, the Overwatch League finals. It went on ESPN and not ESPN 8. ESPN. Is that a good idea?
Well, I mean, they do with the World Series of Poker already. They show that stuff live. So, I mean, and again, people are there that are not in the tournament, but they go there and watch these people play poker. So it's along those lines. Because
I mean, kind of.
It might not be on the main ESPN, but they do have ESPN 2, ESPN 3.
Right.
So they have all these other ones that people could go on there and watch.
But that's my question. Like, is it in everybody's best interest for it to integrate into current channels and avenues?
I honestly, if it does, it does. But if it doesn't, we have Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch, it has millions of people. I would argue the numbers on Twitch of people viewing these sports and everything rival those of ESPN, if not overtake them.
Well, they're starting to find out stuff like this.
This is why ESPN is bringing these people on. They're like, ooh, we're leaving money on the table, not
They're leaving
featuring these people.
Yeah.
a lot of money on the table.
Well,
I think as long as this is bringing in money, ESPN will do what it can to kind of take this from other like Twitch and put it on their channels. Like, hey, you can watch all this here on ESPN, but the moment it doesn't, they can drop it. Like they've done it with arena football. They've done it with the WNBA. Like it doesn't bring in the viewers, so they dropped it. So right now everyone's watching it, so they're gonna try to bring it in. But and this is a big if those numbers drop, they'll drop it. Which hopefully they don't, because it's money.
They're low right now. The numbers are low. I got another text. I don't know if you want me to say who you are or not, which is why I've avoided it.
It is a brother, but that's a wide enough category for us.
We have a lot of brothers.
We have several.
We can't summarize. We can't figure out what it is.
He said, Ninja says it's all about enjoying something that you can't accomplish yourself, but enjoy seeing at a high level. But I'm right. Sport or no sport doesn't matter. I will tell you one thing, just as kind of as an economic thing. One of the reasons that esports was being pushed so hard is there's a certain demographic that's like the golden demographic, and it's the hardest one to capture for marketing. And this is people, preferably single, between 18 and 24,
Ooh.
with males
With disposable
income. That makes up a good, I think the numbers say like
It's
80%
Oh wow.
of the market of competitive e-gaming.
Yeah.
So that makes it one of the most desirable marketplaces
One of
in
the
the
most
world.
beneficial.
So
yeah.
even if the numbers aren't super high as far as watching it goes, the value to brands is insane.
Aaron,
Well, it's funny
One
you
of
mention-
the reasons you're going to see it push.
Funny you should mention numbers. Our friend Aaron from Wonder Twin Powers Activate Show. Wonder Twin Powers Activate Show. Go check him out.
Shout out.
Over there. Fortnite just hit 80 million players last month.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. 80 million players. And this is people are going to hate this one. Do we need ESPN? Do we need Sports Illustrated? No.
I think that's where I might come in.
Oh, there we go. Go ahead. Go.
I don't want it to be a sport. I think it involves an entirely different set of skills. I think it should have the same, I want to be very clear, it should have the same amount of respect as sports. The reaction time of these players. Been watching Overwatch. I play Overwatch. I've been watching Overwatch League for a while. The reaction time.
Sometimes on purpose.
Yeah, the reaction time on these players is absolutely insane. The skill that it takes to do, particularly Overwatch, also Fortnite, but particularly Overwatch League, it is absolutely insane. It's an entirely different set of skills, I think, than most sports. I would compare it to things like darts and poker and things that are not, I don't think dance is a sport. I think that dance is something else entirely that is so much harder than some sports. They say that the hardest thing in sports is hitting a baseball, right? I think that ballet dancing is much harder than that.
Yeah, it is.
And so I don't want it to be considered a sport. Now, ESPN, I don't think it only airs sports. I don't think poker is a sport. I think it deserves a tremendous amount of respect, partly because I can't do that. I can't do what they do. I can't do what Overwatch League does. I can't do it. I respect those who can. I don't think it should be a sport. I think they need a tremendous amount of respect. And personally, in the Overwatch League, from what I know, they need to get paid more for what they do.
And I think
they are
will.
pulling in a tremendous amount of revenue at this point.
Ooh.
And I don't think that's the only thing about it is revenue. And oh my goodness, they get played to play a video game. That's crazy. But I think that this is a brand new thing. I think it's amazing, but I don't necessarily think that it needs to be called a sport.
Now
I know we're short on time, but I do want to say real quick that one of the things with it being a sport or not a sport, I don't care about the terminology.
Okay.
Visas, like
Yeah.
getting in on visas to live here, they reclassified it to be under the sports. There are benefits to being
helpful.
associated with sports, like salary regulations and whatever that will move it in that direction faster if we associate with sports.
That they need
coaching,
right now.
Infrastructure,
How many hours they can practice.
hours, that kind of stuff, and that might be helpful. So I think taking some of that from traditional sports is necessary, frankly,
And would be
to get
very
esports
helpful.
to the next level.
Yeah.
Control booth, y'all got anything? Are y'all going to say there? Trying to get something across? No?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
for it.
I don't have anything. Go for
Oh,
it.
I was just
Go
going to
for it.
say, kind of piggybacking on Cass, that sports and entertainment have been together for a long time. They've been, movies, actors, Kevin Costner doing baseball movies. LeBron James is about to do Space Jam again. Two.
First
I
one,
mean,
Michael Jordan.
I mean, the best of any field of occupation is well paid, right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if it's acting, athletics, gaming. They don't have to be in the same categories. But ESPN is smart, and their magazine is smart for, they're going to sell and they're going to make money by featuring it. What's
Yeah.
trendy?
By reaching out to that demographic.
Sure, why not? But yeah, I think it's totally different. I would agree with you, but they deserve a lot of kudos for what they can do, because I'm a terrible video game player and have been all my existence.
27 years.
I would say, as far as like advice goes, just be patient with people who don't understand it. The Overwatch League finals, we're sitting there trying to explain what was going on to my dad. And it was
took a while.
bonding. Like, it was
Yeah.
There
kind
you
of
go.
tough to do, but it was a nice bonding experience for us all to be sitting in, my parents' living room watching Overwatch League on ESPN. It was
And
fun,
he
so I
enjoyed it. He's a big sports guy. He loves space. He loves any type of sport, and he enjoyed it. It was fun.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Real
It's
quick,
kind of a bridging of the nerds and the jocks.
do you know who owns ESPN? Disney.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Making those smart decisions.
They're going to own us one day, I'm sure.
Dude.
They may already own us. Anyway.
Marvel, yeah, they own us.
Anyway, guys, that is the end of our show. Thank you for joining us this week. And if you've noticed, our podcasts are running again.
Hey.
Sorry.
Yeah, I noticed. Totally.
Podcasts
You're
are running
welcome,
again.
Christopher.
Check us out on iTunes and Google Play.
Thanks
SCNS
for watching,
Live,
Kyle.
search us there. So thank you guys.
He's
We're
not
glad you.
good.
Bryce is coming over here. If you want to catch us on social media, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX.
You can find me on Instagram at Draft
Alamo.
House guy. Draft House guy 89.
What are you drinking?
Did you change your?
No, I
handle?
didn't. What is my
Alamo Nerd.
It's
Alamo
Alamo
Nerd 89? There we go.
Goodness.
I knew I was lower thirds. That's why I was about to get pissed.
I did not change it. No, Alamo Nerd 89. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay.
It's been a long day. I've been up since like 7 this morning.
Aw.
Oh, me too.
I only got an hour of sleep.
5.
Oh, that is
Jason,
rough.
you misspelled my thing.
Aw.
I did.
You
Whose
left
turn
off.
is it?
My full name is
It's
Bradley.
cut off. It's cut off. That's all. No, I'm sorry. There's a Y at the end of that. It's just too far over.
So
You
now
can
Bradley.
find me on
Bradley.
Instagram more than anywhere else at BetterCat, or sometimes we do super quick movie reviews, but I don't remember the handle for that on Twitter. But Instagram at BetterCat.
Super quick movie is where you find our super quick movie reviews. If you can find them when I remember. You can find me
Or me.
on Instagram and on Twitter at Cass_Bradley. That's KAS_BRADLEY.
With a Y that's currently
With
cut
a
off.
Y, Bradley.
Whatever, Cass
Um,
Bradle.
Cass.
Cass
That's
Bradle.
Bradley.
when I was
Just change your handle.
when I was graduating high school. The guy said Cassandra Bradley, and I was like,
Ooh.
You're like, this is an easy name.
Wait, who was the?
I don't remember.
Anyway.
You can find me both places. Instagram slightly less. I'll try to remember. I'm also binging Critical Role right now, so that's mostly what I'm tweeting
Me
about.
too.
And the lady over there.
You can find me on Twitter at HawksPerch, where again I scream into the void about Suikoden and share really, 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 really nice fan art.
Go PlayStation.
Yeah.
Come on.
And also, just like I've been sharing a lot of Bongo Cat memes. Please enjoy them. Oh, don't worry, crew. I'll show you Bongo Cat. It's great.
I think we got.
Or
Go ahead.
Or you can follow me on Instagram at Korodona, which is the one that's in the lower third there. That's where I post all of my artwork. I've been posting a lot more. I've been trying to post more artwork pertaining to the D&D game that we're going to be playing here soon. And, huh?
I have epic music.
Ooh, epic music.
Couldn't wait
And-
until after the show.
Finally, I'm going to do a shameless plug. If you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you are a fan of haunted houses, Dark Hour opens this Friday.
Yes.
We are an indoor.
Yes.
We will be indoor. We are an indoor haunt, so the rain should not bother you because you're going to be inside, and there's indoor.
Scares will.
The scares will.
We had fun.
We
Yeah.
just redid Carl's Playhouse, which is our secondary house that we have there as well. You can go through both houses for about $30, and we've redone our main house. So we've done a lot of changing. So if you've been to this haunt before, you should definitely come back. And remember, we believe in equal frights for all.
There's something.
We have a
Oh, you're
grem- we have a
like-
we have a gremlin over here.
There's something
Hey, what's up?
happening here.
I can't find the sandwich I left down here last week.
Ew.
I have children. They probably ate it.
Yeah. Oh well. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram,
Or
Bryce
sometimes
Culver,
under your chair.
and sometimes
Occasionally.
underneath the table. And also, you can see my toy Instagram page. It is called Trapdoor Toys.
Nice.
Yes.
Speaking of toys, toy reviews are coming back to the channel, and I'm going big because I got a set of these.
Hey!
Teenage Mutant Ninja
They're so good.
Turtles.
So yeah,
They're
coming
handsome.
back. They should have never gave me money. Anyway.
And speaking of coming back, my DVD releases will be coming back under the name Rick's Flicks. So keep an eye out for that. Yeah, Rick's Flicks on Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be doing that
Every
again
time you
soon.
watch it, you get to flick him in the arm as
Oh.
hard as you can.
Yes.
So anyway, guys, that is our show. We will see you next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. Central. But until then, always keep on nerding.
Bryce.
Our dad is watching.
What's up, dude? Our dad is watching.
Hi, Mark.